Dear students of class 8A and 8B, today the lesson which already I had started teaching, few points I am going to re-explain, which are mentioned in the board. Please look at it. First point, spread of industrial revolution. The next one, Belgium, France, Germany, United States. These are the countries where industrial revolution, developed, and countries also were benefited with it. Now, first one, spread industrial revolution. The industrial revolution, which took place in England first, it opened a new door throughout the world for other countries also. England was able to utilize its all resources, raw materials, and at the same time it also extended its colonies throughout various parts of the world in order to utilize the natural resources and raw materials of different countries for the requirement of her own industries. As a result, England became a very rich and prosperous country during industrial age. But thing is that the industrial revolution, industrial revolution was not confined to Britain for long. The European countries also gradually industrialized. Number of European countries name also I have written in the board. Please look at it. First name, Belgium. Belgium was a country witnessed industrial revolution after Britain. Now, why is this? Because before industrial revolution, Belgium had trading relations with Britain because of its textile industry, because of trading relations between Belgium and Britain. Naturally, the modern innovations and the ideas of making different machines and its usefulness arrived. These theories arrived in Belgium only because of England, because their trading relations strengthened the interaction between the two countries, England and Belgium. The spinning jenny was widely used in Belgium, the spinning jenny. And Ghent, which was the most important industrial city of Belgium, this spinning jenny was widely used in Ghent. And so many industries were established during industrial era in Ghent only because of its textile industries. Because of enormous supply of raw materials helped this city Ghent to be rich and prosperous. And hence in Belgium, Ghent had become a great center for the production of cotton, and only for that reason Belgium became rich and prosperous. Besides Ghent, another city of Belgium was Liege. This Liege also was another city of Belgium. The use of the steam engine led to an increase in the coal output of Belgium. And the arrival of steam engine in the year 1720 gave a strong position there, and Belgium was able to utilize it perfectly. And the rivers in Belgium became vital for the industrial growth and development, and for the transportation and distribution of goods and machinery. Belgium utilized its river routes properly for its transportation, for the distribution of its goods and machinery, and as a result of it, Belgium, by the end of the 18th century, Belgium became an industrialized country And just as in Britain, Belgium, as an industrialized country, became, self-sufficient in the field of collecting, in the field of using iron, ore, coal, and textiles. That's why, in a very short time or within a very short period, Belgium, this country, became the gateway of industrial revolution in Europe. The next one, France. France was a very rich and prosperous country in Europe. But France could not become a part of industrial revolution only because of its internal problems, internal crises, political crises. Only because of the Napoleonic War, France had to spend a lot of money, and the large trading market which was established once by France, it had to lose it only because of its wrong policy of Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon made England to be her enemy, but that very industrial revolution took place in England. So many machines were invented by the scientists of Britain, but France could not take its advantages. But without making any hesitation, France wanted to be a part of industrial revolution. But how? Whenever the internal crisis was over, France was able to come out of that situation, the uncertain political scenario and the limited availability of natural resources restricted industrial development in France. But afterwards, France did not get herself to be discouraged. And it was only after a long period of the Napoleonic War, France began on the path to industrialization. The introduction of steam engine from Britain led to a rise in coal production. The setting up of railway tracks throughout France encouraged that country to supply enormous goods through railways, through their transportation, and besides adaptation of various theories from Britain also encouraged them increase its textile production. The province of Alsace-Lorraine, the two important provinces of France, Alsace and Lorraine, had many reservoirs of iron and coal which were utilized during the middle of the 19th century for the growing industry of France. So, industrial revolution started late in France. Although industrial revolution started late in France, yet it continued its role to go to the top as one of the most important European nations of the world. And ultimately, throughout the 19th and 20th centuries, France became a part of industrial revolution, and France's industrial transformation has earned her place of a great power in contemporary world. And ultimately, France became self-sufficient only by dint of her own efforts, own steps, own initiatives. She was able to establish, after Napoleonic War, a good relationship, friendly relations with England, and ultimately was benefited. The next country, Germany. Germany, from the very beginning was determined to restore, the glory and image of that country, because the drawback of Germany, which made her unsuccessful during industrial age or industrial revolution, also made her determined to do better work during industrial era. In Germany, the Industrial Revolution began after the unification of the 36 colonies of Germany, 36 states of Germany, which were not united. During industrial age, immediately German government decided to get it united only in the interest of industrial development in Germany. So the German government, the German king, got it united, that very 36 states, and then Germany became a part of industrial revolution. In the 19th century, Germany became self-sufficient in the field of industrial growth and development as a result of the unification of the 36 states. By the end of that very century, Germany began to utilize its large reservoirs of iron and coal properly, and very soon Germany became the world leader in which industries? In chemical industries. Germany became the world leader in chemical industries, and at the same time, the advent of the railways in Germany gave a strong position to make its steel production very much satisfactory. A very satisfactory steel production became possible only because of the railways in Germany. And the production of steel and the production of mechanical, tools also had been increasing only because of the supplying of goods through railways. That's why it also brought a remarkable change in the entire system of, industrial policy of Germany. Only transportation, only the reservoirs of coal and iron brought a remarkable change in the system of industrial revolution in Germany, and as a result, Germany was able to be world leader in which industries? In chemical industries. The next point, my dear student, next country, United States. United States, during 18th century, when Britain and Belgium were developing, were improving, were industrializing, the US was still an agricultural colony, agricultural territory, and natural resources producing and processing economy. That's why it had no industry. During when Britain and Belgium, both these two countries were progressing, were industrializing. In which century? In the 18th century. But it was only in the 19th century, it was only in the 20th century that the United States rose as an industrial power throughout Europe. The development of machine tools was the base for the rise of the US as world's leading industrial nation, and ultimately it became self-sufficient in making mechanical engineering industry. This nation ultimately became leading power in the late 19th century. This United States became self-sufficient only by means of her own techniques, own method, own style, own encouragement, own manpower, and own scientific activities of the scientists. The discoveries also became possible only because of the inspiration of the kings of Germany. They repeatedly encouraged, motivated the scientists of Germany to discover new machines, so that they must follow the footsteps of other progressive nations of Europe, and ultimately US became one of the most powerful leading industrial nations in the world, in Europe. Up to this, my dear students, thank you.